Welcome to Kingdom Evangelism. We are going to embark on a series known as Hebrew Poetry. We're going to be going through the most amazing construction of the 150 Psalms. We might not cover all of them, but we will go into intricate details on the different constructions of the Psalms and how they are actually arranged, known as the Tehillim. The book of the Psalms were actually first put in place for Hebrew poetry. They had no full stops, they had no commas, they were sang as worship songs as opposed to reading them. They are arranged in a very delicate order. They're known as imprecatory psalms. The imprecatory psalms are the warfare psalms, like Psalm 18 or Psalm 35 or Psalm 27. And then we have the messianic psalms, the psalms that prophesy the coming of Jesus, of the Messiah. And then we have the prophetic psalms and the perfectly prophetic psalms. All of these were used in the Old Testament as a foreshadow of the birth of Jesus Christ. One such prophetic psalm is Psalm 22. How would David know that Jesus' beard was going to be wrenched from his head? Or how did he know that Jesus was going to be crucified and asked for vinegar and was asked for water and then given vinegar? All of these are the actual construction of the Hebrew rendition of the Psalms. One of the most enriching things you and I can do when we read the Psalm is to actually read them in different order. For instance, I'm going to start with a Thanksgiving Psalm of worship, Psalm 34. And it starts by saying, I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. My soul shall make her boast in the Lord. The humble shall hear thereof and be glad. Now, because they're numbered numerically, there is a temptation to go straight to Psalm 3 by saying, Oh, magnify the Lord with me, and let us exalt his name together. And then verse 4 and 5 and so on. However, they were not written and sang in that particular order. The way they were used in Hebrew poetry is that the order was changed each time you read the psalm. So you could, for instance, read verse 2 by saying, My soul shall make her boast in the Lord. The humble shall hear thereof and be glad. Skip verse 3 and go straight to verse 4 and say, I sought the Lord and he heard me, and he delivered me from all my fears. Rather than going to verse 4, let's go to verse 6 and says, This poor man cried, and the Lord heard him, and saved him out of all of his troubles. Verse 8, O taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man that trusted in him. Rather than read verse 9, let's go to verse 11. Come, ye children, hearken unto me, and I will teach you the fear of the Lord. What man is this that he desireth life, and loveth many days, that he may see good? Keep your tongue from evil, and your lips from speaking guile. Depart from evil and do good. Seek peace and pursue it. Verse 17. The righteous cry, and the Lord heareth, and delivereth them out of all their troubles. Verse 19. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivered him out of them all. Go back to 16. The face of the Lord is upon them that do evil, and cut off the remembrance of them from the earth. 18. The Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit. Evil shall slay the wicked, and they that hate the righteous shall be desolate. The Lord redeemeth the soul of his servants, and none of them that trust in him shall be desolate. Verse 7. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivereth them. O fear the Lord, you his saints, for there is no want to them that fear him. Verse 8. O taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man that trusted in him. Come, you children, hearken unto me, I will teach you the fear of the Lord. The young lions do lack and suffer hunger, but they that seek the Lord shall not want any good thing. Verse 9. O fear the Lord, you his saints, for there is no want to them that fear him. 12. What man is he that desireth life, and loveth many days, that he may see good? Keep his tongue from evil, and thy lips from speaking guile. I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. I sought the Lord, and he heard me, and delivered me from all of my fears. My soul shall make her boast in the Lord. The humble shall hear thereof, and be glad. The imprecatory Psalms. The imprecatory Psalms are psalms asking for God's judgment. Psalm 35. Plead my cause, O Lord, with them that strive with me. Fight against them that fight against me. Take hold of the shield and the buckler. Stand up for my help. Draw out also the spear, and stop the way against them that persecute me. Say unto my soul, I am my salvation. Let them be confounded and put to shame that seek after my soul. Let them be turned back and brought to confusion that defies my hurt. Let them be like chaff before the wind. Let the angel of the Lord chase them. Let their way be dark and slippery, and let the angel of the Lord persecute them. For without cause they have hid for me their net in a pit, which without cause they have dug for my soul. Let destruction come upon them unaware, and let their nets that they hid catch them. Into their very destruction they shall fall. And my soul shall be joyful in the Lord. It shall rejoice in his salvation. All of my bones shall say unto the Lord, who is like unto thee, which delivereth the poor from him that is too strong for him, yes, the poor and the needy from him that spoileth him. False witnesses did rise up. They laid my charge things that I knew not. They rewarded me for evil, for good to the spoiling of my soul. But as for me, when they were sick, my clothing was sackcloth. I humbled myself with fasting, and my prayer returned into my own bosom. I behaved myself as though he had seen my friend or brother. I bowed down heavily as one that mourneth for his mother. But in my adversity they rejoiced, and gathered themselves together. Yea, the abjects gathered themselves together against me, and I knew it not. They did tear me and ceased not. With hypocritical mockery in the feast they gnashed upon me with their teeth. Lord, how long wilt thou look on? Rescue my soul from their destruction, my darling from the lions. I will give thee thanks in the great congregation. I will praise thee among much people. Let not them that are my enemies wrongfully rejoice over me, neither let them wink with the eye that hate me without cause. For they spake not peace, but they devised deceitful matters against them that are quiet in the land. Yea, they opened their mouth wide against me, and said, Aha, aha, our eyes have seen it. This thou hast seen, O Lord, keep not silent. O Lord, be not far from me. Stir up thyself, await thy judgment, even unto my cause, my God and my Lord. Judge me, O Lord my God, according to thy righteousness. Let them not rejoice over me. Let them not say in their hearts, Aha, so would we have it. Let them not say, We have swallowed him up. Let them be ashamed and brought to confusion, to gather and rejoice at my hurt. Let them be clothed with shame and dishonor, and magnify themselves against me. Let them shout for joy and be glad, that favor my righteous cause. Yes, let them say continually let the Lord be magnified, which take pleasure in my prosperity of the servants. And my tongue shall speak of thy righteousness, and of thy praise all the day long. Psalm 37. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. For their shoe shall be cut down like the grass, and wither as the green herb. Trust in the Lord, and do good. So shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thy heart. Commit thy way unto the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. And he shall bring forth thy righteousness as thy light, and thy judgment as the noonday. Rest in the Lord, and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man that bringeth wicked devices to pass. Cease from anger, and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil. For evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. For yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yes, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. The wicked plotted against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. The Lord shall laugh at him. Ha ha! For he seeth that his day is coming. The wicked have drawn out his sword, and have bent their bow, to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as been upright in conversation. Their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bow shall be broken. A liquor that a righteous man hath is better than the riches of the many wicked. For the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but the Lord upholdeth the righteous. The Lord knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever. They shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and the days of famine they shall be satisfied. But the wicked shall perish. The enemies of the Lord shall be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume into smoke shall they consume away. The wicked borroweth and payeth not again, but the righteous showeth mercy and giveth. For such as is blessed of him shall inherit the earth, and they that cursed of him shall be cut off. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way. Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord upholdeth him with his hand. I have been young, and now am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. He is ever merciful, and lendeth, and his seed is blessed. Depart from evil and do good, and dwell for evermore. For the Lord loveth judgment, and forsaketh not his saints. They are persevered forever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. The righteous shall inherit the land, and dwell therein forever. The mouth of the righteous speaketh wisdom, and his tongue talketh of judgment. The law of the Lord is in his heart, none of his steps shall slide. The wicked watcheth the righteous, and seeketh to slay him. The Lord will not leave him in his hand, nor condemn him when he is judged. Wait on the Lord, and keep his way, and he shall exhort thee to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, you shall see it. I have seen the wicked in great power, and spreading himself like a green bay tree. Yes, he passed away, and lo, he was not. Yes, I sought him, but he could not be found. Mark the perfect man, and behold the upright, for the end of that man is peace. But the transgressor shall be destroyed together, and the end of the wicked shall be cut off. But the salvation of the righteous is of the Lord. He is their strength in time of trouble. And the Lord shall help thee and deliver them. He shall deliver them from the wicked, and save them because they trust in him. Psalm 45. My heart is inditing a good matter. I speak of the things which I have made touching the king. My tongue is the pen of a ready writer. Thou art fairer than the children of men. Grace is poured into thy lips. Therefore God has blessed thee forever. Gird thy sword upon thy thigh, O most mighty, with thy glory and thy majesty. And in thy majesty ride prosperously, because of thy truth, and meekness and righteousness. And thy right hand shall teach thee terrible things. Thine arrows are sharp in the heart of the king's enemies, whereby thy people fall under thee. Thy throne, O Lord, is forever and ever. The scepter of the kingdom is a right scepter. Thou lovest righteousness, and hated wickedness. Therefore God, thy God, had anointed thee with oil, the oil of gladness, above thy fellows. All thy garments smell of myrrh and aloes and cassia, out of the ivory palaces whereby they have made thee glad. King's daughters were among thy honourable women. Upon thy right hand did stand the queen in gold of Ophir. Hearken, O daughters, and consider, and incline thy ear. Forget also thine own people, and thy father's house. So shall the king greatly desire thy beauty, for he is in thy Lord, and worship thou him. And the daughter of Tyre shall be there with the gifts, even the rich among the people shall inherit thy favour. The king's daughter is all glorious within. Her clothing is of wrought gold. She shall be brought unto the king in raiment of needlework. The virgins, her companions, shall follow her, shall be brought unto thee. With gladness and rejoicing shall they be brought. They shall enter into the king's palace. Instead of thy fathers shall be thy children, whom thou mayest make princes in all the earth. I will make thy name to be remembered in all generations. Therefore shall the people praise thee for ever and ever. Psalm 47. O clap your hands, O ye people. Shout unto God with the voice of triumph. For the Lord Most High is terrible. He is king, and a great king over all the earth. He shall subdue the people under us, and the nations under his feet. He shall choose our inheritance for us, the excellency of Jacob whom he loved. Selah. God is gone up with a shout, the Lord with the sound of a trumpet. Sing praises to God, sing praises unto the King, sing praises. For God is king over all the earth. Sing ye praises with understanding. God reigneth over the heathen. God sitteth among the throne of his holiness. The princes of the people are gathered together, even the people of the God of Abraham. For the shields of the earth belong unto him. He is greatly exalted. Psalm 50. The mighty God, even the Lord, hath spoken, and called the earth from the rising of the sun unto the going down thereof. Out of Zion and persecution of beauty God hath shined. Our God shall come, and shall not keep silent. A fire shall devour before him, a fire shall devour before him, and it shall be very tempestuous round about him. He shall call to the heavens from above, and to the earth he may judge his people. Gather thy saints together unto thee, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice. And the heavens shall declare his righteousness, for God is judge himself. Selah. Hear, O people, and I will speak, O Israel. I will testify against thee, I am God, even thy God. I will not reprove thee for thy sacrifices, or for thy burnt offerings. to have been continually before me. I would take no bullock out of thy house, nor goats out of thy folds. For every beast of the field is mine, and the cattle upon 1,000 hills. I know all the foals of the mountains, and the wild beasts of the field are mine. If I were hungry, I would not tell thee, for the world is mine, and the fullness thereof. Will I eat flesh of bulls, or drink the blood of goats? Offer unto God thanksgiving, and pay thy vows unto the Most High, and call upon me in the day of trouble. I will deliver thee, and thou shalt glorify me. But unto the wicked God said, Wilt thou hast to do declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in my mouth? Seeing thou hatest my instruction, and castest my words behind thee, wilt thou seize the thief? Then thou contendest with him, and hast been partakers with with adulterers. Thou givest their mouth to evil, and their tongue frameth deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, thou slanderest thy own mother's son. These things thou hast done, and I kept silent. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself, but I will reprove thee, and set them in order before thine eyes. Now consider this, those that forget God, lest I tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver you. Whose offered praise glorifieth me, and to him that ordereth his conversation aright will I shew my salvation. A psalm of mercy and repentance. Psalm 51. Have mercy upon me, O God, according to thy loving kindness, and according to the multitude of thy tender mercies, blot out my transgressions. Wash me thoroughly from my iniquity, and cleanse me from my sin. For I acknowledge my transgression, and my sin is ever before me. Against thee and thee only have I sinned, and done this evil in thy sight, that thou mightest be justified when thou speakest, and be clear when thou judgest. Behold, I was shapen in iniquity, and in sin did my mother conceive me. Behold, thou desirest truth in the inward part, and in the inner part thou shalt make me to know wisdom. Purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow. Make me to hear joy and gladness, that the bones which thou hast broken may rejoice. Hide my face from my sins, and blot out my iniquities. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Cast me not away from thy presence, and take not thy Holy Spirit from me. Restore unto me the joy of my salvation, and uphold me with thy free spirit. Then will I teach transgressors thy ways, and sinners shall be converted unto thee. Deliver me from blood guiltiness, O God, the God of my salvation, and my tongue shall sing aloud of thy righteousness. O Lord, open thou my lips, and my mouth shall shew forth thy praise. For thou desirest not sacrifices, else I would give it. Thou delightest not in burnt offering. The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit, a broken and a contrite heart, O God, thou wilt not despise. Do good in thy good pleasure unto Zion, build thou the walls of Jerusalem. Then shalt thou be pleased with the sacrifices of righteousness, with burnt offering and whole burnt offering. Then shalt thou offer bullocks upon thine altar. A psalm of prayer, Psalm 55. Give ear to my prayer, O God. Hide not thyself from my supplication. Attend unto me and hear me. I mourn in my complaint and make a noise because of the voice of the enemy, because of the oppression of the wicked. For they cast iniquity upon me, and in wrath they hate me. My heart is sore pained within me, and my terrors of death are fallen upon me. Fearfulness and trembling are upon me, and horror had overwhelmed me. And I said, Oh, that I had wings like a dove, for then would I fly away and be at rest. Verse 7. Lo then would I wander afar off, and remain in the wilderness, Selah. I would hasten my escape from the windy storm and tempest. Destroy, O Lord, and divide their tongues, for I have seen violence and strife in the city. Day and night they go about upon the walls thereof. Mischief also and sorrow are in the midst of it. Wickedness is in the midst thereof. Deceit and guile depart not from her streets. For it was not an enemy that reproached me, then I would have borne it. Neither was it he that hated me, that did magnify himself against me, then I would have hid myself from him. But it was thou a man my equal, my guide, and my acquaintance. We took sweet counsel together, and walked in the house of God in company. Let death cease upon them, and let them go down quick into hell, for wickedness is in their dwellings, and among them. As for me, I will call upon the Lord, and my Lord shall save me. Evening and morning and at noon will I pray, and cry aloud, and he shall hear my voice. He has delivered my soul in peace from the battle that was against me, for there were many with me. God shall hear and afflict them, even he and abideth of old, Selah, because they have no chances. Therefore they fear not God. He had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He had broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer thy righteous to be moved. But thou, O God, shalt bring them down into the pit of destruction. Bloody and deceitful men shall not live out half their days, but I will trust in thee. Thank you, Jesus. Psalm 61. Hear my cry, O God, and attend unto my prayer. From the ends of the earth will I cry unto thee. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. For thou hast been a shelter for me, and a strong tower from the enemy. I will abide in thy tabernacle forever. I will trust in the covert of thy wings. For thou, O Lord, hast heard my vows. Thou hast given me the heritage of those that hear my name. Thou wilt prolong the king's life, and his years as many generations. He shall abide before God forever. O prepare mercy and truth, which may preserve him. So will I sing unto thy name forever, that I may daily perform my vows. Psalm 62. Truly my soul waited upon God. From him cometh my salvation. He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be greatly moved. How long wilt thou imagine mischief against a man? Ye shall be slain all of you. As a barren wall shall ye be, and as a tottering fence. They only consult to cast him down from his excellency. They delight in lies. They bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly. Selah. My soul, wait thou only upon God, for my expectation is from him. He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be moved. In God is my salvation and my glory, the rock of my strength. Psalm 62. Truly my soul waited upon God. From him cometh my salvation. He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be greatly moved. How long will you imagine mischief against a man? Ye shall be slain all of you. As a barren wall shall ye be, and as a tottering fence. They only consult to cast him down from his excellency. They delight in lies. They are blessed with their mouth, but they curse inwardly. Selah. My soul, wait thou only upon God, for my expectation is from him. He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be moved. In God is my salvation and my glory, the rock of my strength and my refuge is totally in God. Trust in him at all times. Ye people, pour out your heart before him. God is a refuge for us. Selah. Surely men of low degree are vanity, and men of high degree are a lie. To be laid in balance, they are altogether lighter than vanity. Trust not in oppression, and be not vain in robbery. If riches increase, set not your heart upon them. God hath spoken once. Twice have I heard this, that power belongeth unto God. Also unto thee, O Lord, belongeth mercy. For thou renderest to every man according to his work.